My thanks to Bear Locker UK Limited, who are from Bury, for supporting this video. Check out their website.
Well, today's vlog starts here at the Academy Stadium, and right behind me there is Tommy Doyle, who is the grandson of Glimpardo and Mike Doyle, of course. And I've just been speaking to Glimpardo about how proud he is that Tommy is coming through the ranks here at City.
It's brilliant. It takes me back when I was playing, when I was a kid. It's fantastic. I mean, what a bonus for me now at my age, you know, 71, and be able to come and watch my grandson play for City. Tremendous.
He's some player, isn't he?
He can play, he's got two great feet, great attitude. He just needs that little bit of luck, and he's got a great chance.
But he's got a lot to live up to with
Well, he has, hasn't he, with his two granddads, but that is nothing to do with us, really. I mean, we're finished years and years ago, so it's up to him now. It's nothing to do with us.
Can you believe it's 50 years ago since you and Mike lifted that title?
I know, it is this year, isn't it? 50 years, yeah, so I hope he's doing it a little bit quicker than I am now. It'd be great, wouldn't it, if he could do it in a few years.
So that was proud granddad Glimpardo here at the Academy Stadium. But now the action, of course, moves over to the main stadium behind me, where it's City against Newcastle. And I'm sure one of the big talking points among the fans today is going to be the slipping through the fingers, shall we call it that, of Alexis Sanchez, who looks as if he was going to come to City and he's now destined to go to United for very big money. Let's see how the City fans react to that.
It would have been good to have a lot of money for a 29-year-old, but at the end of the day, I think we've got enough.
I think it was about time we drew a line in the sand. I think sometimes we do get taken for granted with money, so we pay 50 million for a pair of fullbacks, which has never been heard of before. So we did the same with Van Dijk. We said 75 million is too much. The figures we're talking for Sanchez is too much. I get it from that side. Of course, like my brother said, I would have liked to have him at the club. He's a fantastic player, and I think he would make difference in games like today, where I expect Newcastle to just park the bus and he can find those spaces. But we move on. You forget that we've got two young lads on the wing, both 22, 21, and they're the future. So unfortunately, you've just got to invest time in them, and hopefully Sane one day eclipses what Sanchez could have been.
I made a bit of a comment on Twitter actually, that it's a bit like the Yaya and Saluk scenario. You know, we want more money, and you know, our player this, and it's not about, sometimes I don't think it's about the player, it's about the agent. Let's see how much money we can get, let's play these clubs off against each other. Good luck to him if he goes over there, but I'd like to see what our guys think of him when he comes for a visit, because we were singing, weren't we? He wants to be a blue, but he obviously doesn't want to be a blue, he wants to be red. His loss.
One little point I would like to make is I cannot get my head around the fact that United are not being slagged off in the media for the price that they're paying for him and the wages he's demanding. If that was the Blues, we'd be all over the press, we'd be smashed everywhere. We're already hated on BT Sport. They'd have had a right field day with us. So for me, Sanchez, bye-bye. Go and be a red. We're going to smash you off the pitch.
To talk about money like that, that's a bit too much. But the thing is, he's a good player. He's 29. Is he going to come off? You know, don't know. No idea. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't score against us when he comes here.
If you've been to the Etihad Stadium, you've probably walked past this place loads of times. It's an indoor running track which dates back to the old days of the Commonwealth Stadium, which of course is how the Etihad came into existence. And there's also a little bar in here, and I've just found a couple who are from Newcastle, well, live in Newcastle. One's a City fan, one's a Newcastle fan. Wonder what they're thinking.
I'm Angie and I'm a die-hard Man City fan, and this is my husband.
Who is not. I'm a Newcastle fan, given that we've won, what, once in 10 years? The game I missed, unfortunately. So.
But given the games that you have won, you were not at all gracious.
I am an entirely gracious winner. Absolutely, she's just lying.
And you live in Newcastle.
We do.
So you're going to be driving home tonight.
I will be.
What sort of journey are you expecting? Come on, from a City perspective, what sort of journey are you expecting?
Whatever happens, I will get this all the way home. Win, lose or draw.
And are you expecting a win?
I'm hoping, but I'm nervous. I've been a City fan too long, I'm nervous.
And what are you expecting?
Pain and suffering.
Really?
Well, the stuff you read and hear these days from
Like what?
just stuff like this morning. They're all over the back of the whatever paper it was about Paris Saint-Germain. They're now in for Pep. Is it just mischief making as always? They're not accepting City at the top table still. They still don't like us being up there and what have you. We've smashed the party and we're not the old top four as they used to like to call it. We're the top dogs at present.
And the one thing we've forgotten about so far is the game. Are City fans expecting City to win comfortably, bounce back from the Liverpool defeat?
Well, I just hope that we blow this lot away. We need to make a statement. Anything less than that and suddenly the wobbles will be going. And, you know, we were well behind United. 8 points with 6 games left or 5 games left when we won. And Keegan's lot were, 12 points ahead with 15 games and they blew it. So we don't need to be repeating any of that.
You're not seriously worried, are you?
I've supported City so long that the answer to that has got to be a qualified yes.
Well, no games are given these days. City seem to do worse against the easier teams, where like West Ham, they were supposed to win 9-0 and stuff, you know, and it was a fight to the end. So no, you've got to get 3 or 4 up, then you can relax.
See who's in that press room behind me.
First of all, I think he's a brilliant player. We still could come here. I like City's stance that they're not going to sort of get involved with this bidding war with Man United, Chelsea. I like their stance that we're going to offer you this. If that works, come. I think he's 29. I think he can give you 2-3 great years, but as it's been said everywhere, there's no final sell value on him. So I think he'd help City, but I think City's stance is great. I think it's been sped up a little bit with what's happened to Jesus and his injury, but it'd be a great luxury to have, but don't go chase it. And I think if you do bring him in on crazy wages, all of a sudden the Agueros, the Silvas, the De Bruyne are saying, hang on, I should be making this kind of money. So it might just disrupt the changing room a little bit. But do I love him as a player? Yes. Would I love to see him here in Manchester in blue? Yes. But I think if he does go to Man United on ridiculous money, I think City have got another one up on United.
Well, City certainly dominated possession, and it was not a long time coming. We needed to work the keeper. When we worked the keeper, we scored, and I think that'll be the order of what Pep will say to the players. Can we work the keeper more? Because down the left side, we've been absolutely phenomenal. It's been Silva, De Bruyne, Sane, Sanchez. These players have just been phenomenal on the left side. Sterling been in and out. He hasn't done bad, but we need to get more play to him, and we can get him and Walker linking up. The good bit of play we've had down the right side, again, it's been De Bruyne and Silva on the right side, contributing to that good play. So it seems as though wherever Silva and De Bruyne are, that's where the good play is. And on the end of it, well, it's been Fernandinho reading stuff, real clean, neat, and just starts the attacks all again.
Well, for it's worth, I agree with Sean Coulter. Everything's been coming down City's left. And the one thing I would say is that the goal, when it came, Sterling's, by the way, was offside. The goal, when it came down City's left, even though it wasn't Zinchenko, Sane and Silva. It was De Bruyne with an Aguero header. Let's hope now the Blues can add more in the second half.
There we go. It's pretty good. Second half slowed down a bit when they had to play. First of all, it's like any team that comes here, really. They set out to defend initially, and then we got the goal and they had to come out of it. So second half was all right. Took a foot off the gas a little bit, I think. Pleased with the result though, 3 points in the bag. You know, happy with it, and onwards and upwards.
Were you worried at any stage?
When that goal went in, it's typical, isn't it? Really. Usually, like when they score, it's a defensive error on our part. But yeah, I mean, I'm a City fan of old, so I'm always worried, even if we're 4-0 up. So, but yeah, great result, and like I said, you know, onwards and upwards.
thought it was a fair game. We dominated, a lot of chances, should have put more away. Shame about a couple of offsides, which, I don't know, we take a bit more time and I reckon we could have had them. The score, reasonable in the end, but I thought it should have been maybe 4 or 5 to us.
Yeah, they were hard to break down, but I think once we got them, yeah, it was inevitable. I'm just glad Sergio got his goals, and Ali, my brother, said he's going to get a hat-trick today, and he did. But yeah, happy with that.
I'm really, really pleased with the result. So pleased Serge got his hat-trick. We was always going to beat them. It was just a matter of how many. 3-1, I'm happy with that. Had a great day.
It was great, superb. Called it before the game that Sergio was going to get a hat-trick. I said 5-0, but self 3-1. But top of the league, what can we say? Onwards and upwards, let's keep it unbeaten until the end of the season. Come on, City.
We made it hard for ourselves again, 3-1, and Sergio is the man. We don't need Sanchez. Who's Sanchez?
It was a good game. Basically, Newcastle had 10 men behind the ball. It was basically they were looking for counter-attack, long balls, and basically they started playing after they went 2-0 down. And before that, it was just a matter of defence versus attack, defence versus attack.
What did you think of that Leroy Sané run when he was wriggling around?
Wriggling around. It was like how reminds me of when Messi came to the scene. So it was more like Messi-esque. So I see glimpses of him in. Obviously, you can't say he's like Lionel Messi, but he was playing like you know that couple of dribbles he done. He was playing like Lionel Messi. So I'm hoping for good things for Leroy Sané, and even Sterling played well as well. So all team played well, and we just need to be a little bit more clinical in front of the goal still, even though we won 3-1.
But you're going home happy?
Yeah, I'm going home happy, yeah.
I thought it was a great performance today, and I thought we should have scored more as usual. We missed a lot of chances, like Raheem's that was saved onto the post. What did you think?
I thought Zinchenko was superb, actually. I thought he was, if it wasn't for Aguero, I think he'd probably have been man of the match. Aguero's outstanding. Sané, that run was...
His assist was amazing.
It was like watching probably Ryan Giggs many years ago. Defensively, I just still feel we've kind of got a little bit of a mistake in us. We just need to tidy that up at the back a little bit. I was a bit disappointed to give the goal away, but overall, fantastic stuff to watch, isn't it? I mean, 80-odd% possession. You know, I've been watching for 50 years now. My dad was born on Kippax Street. I started watching Bell, Lee, Somerby, and then went into a rather long period of non-activity, should we say, and now it's just like a dream.
So in the end, I suppose you'd have to say that Sergio Aguero was probably man of the match because he got the hat-trick. In fact, he was given the man of the match on the official scoreboard. But I've got to say that the run of Leroy Sané for one of those goals was just utterly brilliant. I mean, he was wriggling around and he was, well, just doing things that only the types of Lionel Messi do, generally speaking. And obviously in the end it resulted in a goal for somebody else, but his run was fabulous. So a 3-1 win, onwards and upwards. Next up for City, of course, is at Bristol City on Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe, there's a little button down the bottom there, and thanks very much for your support.